Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to get started with our panel discussion on a very interesting topic, cracking the affiliate marketing code. Well, before we do that, we'd like to take the opportunity to also thank our partners, our title partner, We Commission, Platinum Networking Partner, Optimize, Gold Partners, Adata, Cake, Tune, KPR Media, Silver Partners, Surge, AdsPlay International, Admitad.com, Experian, Bronze Partner, ComScore, Tweeting Partner, Madhouse, Delegate Bag Partner, Awazu Holding, Beer Booth Partner, Izutu, and our Knowledge Partner, Tata Strategic Management Group. Well, one thing's for sure, as you can all notice, we have an official hashtag as well. It is IAS16. I repeat, hashtag IAS16. So keep those tweets coming. Let's create a buzz on Twitter as well with regard to all that we hear from our speakers, all that we're experiencing at this edition of the India Affiliate Summit. Ladies and gentlemen, to get the session started, I'd firstly like to invite on stage our session moderator who will be responsible for extracting all the perspectives from our panel members. Please put your hands together for Mr. Vserv Gupta, Engagement Manager, Technology and Digital, Tata Strategic Management Group, a result-oriented professional with extensive experience in new product development, program management, as well as strategy formulation. That's right. Joining him on the stage, I'd now like to invite the founder of Shrimply, Mr. Rajat Garg. Please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Garg as well. An e-commerce venture that's focused on ethnic Indian products. In fact, Shrimply has 1,500 affiliate partners, which drive 20% of their business as well. Our next speaker for the session, ladies and gentlemen, the founder and CEO of HelpChat. Please put your hands together for Mr. Ankur Singla. In fact, he started his entrepreneurial journey in 2009 with consumer care platform, which is Akosha, which is one of its kind in the country, garnering huge consumer interest. Our next speaker for the session, well, we managed to have the gentleman. Let's bring a lady on board as well. Please put your hands together for the Vice President, Marketing and Innovation with Airtel, Ms. Neha Surekha. She currently heads the marketing for Wink and leads mobile advertising vertical for Airtel. And prior to this, she was also the head strategy and new products at Abbott Nutrition India. Moving on to our next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, the head affiliates with We Commission, Mr. Abhijit Banerjee. Let's have a round of applause to welcome him. And prior to We Commission, he's also worked with DGM India, Network Play, Trotac Media. Our next speaker for the session is the Vice President, Sales and Strategy with Vserv, Mr. Nadeesh Ramachandran. In fact, he's responsible for driving Vserv's sales efforts across India and Southeast Asia. And prior to his current assignment, he also led the retail, QSR, and real estate verticals for Google India. Well, moving on to our final speaker for the session, the Business Head Affiliate Marketing with Netcore Solutions. Please help me welcome on stage Mr. Saurabh Khemka. Spanning an experience of 6 years in the industry, responsible for acquisitions as well as maintaining relationships with the advertisers, ensuring longer business associations. Well, that's our first panel discussion for the summit. Can we have a huge round of applause to welcome all our panel members, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to request Mr. Saurabh to take it over from here. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. So I think it was a very good session that started with two of the incumbents from the networks piece. Parul extensively added and gave us a perspective on how things have been changing and how the dependency on some of the only businesses, which is e-commerce, and now there will be more businesses coming into the affiliate part of the business. Also, there is an extensive customer roadmap or the funnel, as my friend Anurag talked about it, and I think that's what we tried covering in TSMG's thought note that we did with IMAI. When we started writing on this white paper, we came across a lot of challenges this space is facing right now, right from but it also had a lot of opportunity we should talk about. So when we went to various stakeholders, there were challenges, right, in terms of the right attribution, in terms of opaqueness of the system, in terms of dependence upon one particular industry, challenges like some of the business not been attributed to all the stakeholders of the value chain. But the positive is what we focused on in our white paper. As we speak, as per our estimates, the current market size of this in India is about $96 million US. And over 9 years, that means in 2025, it is expected to be above 800 million USD dollars. So that's what we are talking about. There's a huge potential in this space. Currently, we only contribute about 10% of the digital spend. Of course, there are some industries where you would have a higher percentage of the same, but it's far below from the global standards, where overall the standards are about 15%, and in some industries they are as high as 30%. What is more interesting is that the technology in this space, and the space of affiliate marketing, is extensively changing, and it is changing for good. So some of the challenges that people are talking about today, and that's where most of the discussion head towards the end of it, will get addressed. There will be better attribution. You will be able to have multi-touch attribution across various stakeholders. Some of the problems that we feel in the mobile space right now would get addressed, and that's where we see there will be a lot of growth coming from. One of the interesting place that we see that will change is that mix of right now. The 2-3 industries that contributes to 80-90% of the revenue, extensively driven primarily by e-commerce, will drastically change. And you know where the growth will come from? That will come from the offline space. A lot of companies which operate in offline space will start using affiliate network. On those lines, it's a time that I like to start the panel. And for that, I would like to go to Rajat. Rajat, you have spent a lot of time outside, and now you are running a successful venture very much in India. And you would have gone through some of these challenges. You will know these opportunities better than anybody. From the business side of it, we have heard the network side in the morning, both from the inaugural session. From the business side of it, what is affiliate marketing all about? What is the right definition? How to go about the same? And what are some of the key observations you have about the same?
So before I started Shimply, and I was doing some other stuff in between, I was at product manager with Amazon affiliate team. And 30% of Amazon traffic 6-7 years back was coming from affiliate channel. So it used to be a very sizable, very decent traffic, very high quality traffic. And the way we viewed there and now in this company, Shimply.com, is that it's an extension of our brand. So for example, on Shimply we sell authentic Indian products. One of the things we sell is Ayurveda. So we have gone and partnered with content sites which have great community, great content around Ayurveda. And we have basically said, hey, you're not selling anything, we are selling this stuff. Why don't you put our stuff on your website? And it's going to be beneficial to both parties. And we have come up with creative models to do that, but it's a good way for, so the way we have approached this is that we are looking at partners who are an extension of our brand, who are going to help us, and we are going to help them grow together. At Shimply, it's 20% of our traffic, and the conversion rate is at least 2x of other channels combined.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so on this, Abhijit, if I could get a network perspective to it, beyond only the conversion, what is an approach an affiliate, a company that is looking for building a brand, how should they approach affiliate marketing, and what is your take on the same?
So there are many objectives that can be fulfilled by affiliate marketing, and it's very important for the advertiser, for everyone to know at the very outset what that objective is. So while affiliate marketing may have started with the purpose of driving transactions, but the end objective is to, let's just move outside of transactions and talk about actions. It's essentially, the objective here is to drive qualified traffic, referral traffic, through a network of financially incentivized brand advocates to carry out a certain objective and action on the end website, which could be a lead generation, which could be a user interest, which could be a branding with a view to performance, on the side. And it could also be transactions, so it need not be limited to just driving sales.
Nice. Saurabh, if I could get your perspective, what I want to understand is that the people who say affiliate marketing is about 2-3 industries, right? And 2-3 industries, and one of them, as Parul highlighted in the morning, is not going very fast. What are the new industries? How you see this ecosystem changing and reducing its dependence upon particular sectors itself, and how it goes beyond some of the online industries that we know extensively use affiliate today?
So apart from e-commerce, we've seen BFSI invest heavy monies into affiliate marketing. And when I say BFSI, a whole gamut of services comes into play. There are banking products, there are investment products, there are wealth management companies who invest. Even NBFCs are taking a big share of it. Having said that, it also became that now first was e-commerce, second is BFSI. What next? So we looked at more industries. So then came healthcare sector. You have automobiles spending heavy money now. And in fact, they're trying to map sales that they generate from affiliate marketing. Excellent. We have sectors coming in from health and technology, so there are companies who are into medical labs, even they invest. You have beauty care products selling online.
Okay. That's
And you have
nice.
these salons also trying to, generate leads and map appointments, which then, they're mapping into sales. So apart from e-commerce and BFSI, I think, yes, there are 6-7 heavy industries investing heavy money, and going ahead, you will see more of such verticals coming in and using affiliate marketing to generate leads. And today's advertisers have gone smart, they don't look at leads, they look at leads. Is there a visit happening? Like for real estate, they would look at leads. How many people came to see the site? How many people sat down and had discussions for a loan or the budget? And they would verify that the lead wants a house, he has the budget, he's looking at the area that I am placed in. And does he have the 100% payment capacity, within his summit? They'll do audits and everything. So good, it's been evolving. And I think going down the line, as I said, you will see a lot of surprising offline businesses coming online.
Okay, that's interesting. So one of the things that we, when we looked at the sector from TSMG's perspective, we saw that mobile first has been extensively talked about, and the new industries that some of the startups talked about. And a flag bearer in that is Airtel. So on that line, you have been extensively using affiliate to promote some of your products like Wink, and obviously there is a Wink movies version to it. So Neha, if you could bring your perspective from the industry that you come from, and that was extensively mobile first, right? How are you using this affiliate? What are your views? What are the challenges you are facing? If you can bring that perspective, it will be very interesting.
So I think at the outset, as you were discussing even previously, right, Airtel as an organization does work a lot with affiliate partners, and a substantial amount of our performance marketing spends are actually spent with affiliate partners. And I think in a sense it works well for us to begin with, to be able to acquire and to be able to target a certain segment of users. But I think the challenge that we face across all our applications or products in general with affiliates is more around scale, number one. So how do I drive sustainable scale with a affiliate partner, right? And B is the problem, as I think Anurag was talking about earlier, which is around the whole opaqueness of data, the lack of transparency as far as every affiliate network is concerned, right? Because today I could be spending money with a WeCommission, with a Netcore, with everybody out there in the market. But what I don't know is how, let's say, you are optimizing your campaign versus he's optimizing his campaign. What I'm left with is, it's literally the blind guiding the blind, right? And I'm so, I think it's bang on, because what I see is that, okay, I acquired consumer A from Vserv, from Netcore, consumer B from WeCommission, consumer C from somewhere else, and I'm looking at sort of my own app metrics to say that my lifetime value of consumer A is better than consumer B. So it looks like affiliate number 1 is doing a great job versus affiliate number 2. But I don't know what exactly is going out in there, and I don't know whether natives are working better or a certain kind of communication is working better, or if I should go and more deeply integrate into a certain type of app versus a certain other type of app. So it's more outside in from our sense, but we keep experimenting, and what I'd love to see going forward is affiliate partners coming out and really partnering with us in the true sense to say, here is what we could do for you, and here is the sustainable scale sort of that we can drive for you.
Okay, so I think when I was told that I'm moderating this session, I was very much aware that opaqueness will come somewhere. So I think that's a very key challenge in this space that has come up again and again, and that is where I would like to bring Ankur in. Ankur, you have kind of tried addressing. You are both sides of the world, right? You're a consumer as well as you are a network in yourself, and you are addressing some of these concerns. So why don't you take us through what you are doing and how you are doing the same?
Yeah, right. We had very similar experiences. We had to grow our app. So our app is an all-in-one app which has API integrations with about 25 partners, and that will increase to about 50 partners. So when we go to our partners, I think what they like is total transparency. You actually get an API hit, you actually get a transacting user, and a transaction gets completed. They also can imagine us. So when we sit with them, we look at what are your next 2-quarter targets, how can we be part of it, and what can I do to at least contribute 3 to 5% of your business after 6 to, let's say, 12 months, depending on how big they are already. So we are finding that people really like that kind of an approach where there is full transparency as well as clear accountability for us, and we have a meaningful target to get to for them. The challenge we actually face is on the consumer side. For us to grow, again, we are finding it difficult to get enough affiliates which give good quality scale. You get good quality slightly early in the campaign when the relationship is new, and then the quality deteriorates pretty fast. And again, same opaqueness. So what we've done is, in fact, we've started reducing our digital spend because there aren't enough scalable channels, and we are now going to move it to, let's say, even slightly low ROI channels, but at least there is transparency. You at least can figure some things out. For example, branding, radio, TV, and other things. We'll probably do that at the cost of, because what happens is that, I was just telling somebody, 6 months later, all the cohorts look so bad that there is no way you can justify doing it again. So you burn your fingers once, you burn it twice, you're like, the questions being asked. So I think that's the challenge. So we are in a good position. So the more generic remark that I would like to make is that I think Anurag's presentation hit 2-3 points very bang on. One is that you have to be closer to the end of the funnel for it to be truly driving ROI. And for that, I think whole affiliate industry might have to move towards more tech savvy things. So for example, doing an API integration is insanely painful, but and it is difficult sometimes to convince them because they also have to, contribute tech resources from their side. But I think that could be one way forward. Also, you have a lot of noises around how transactions could start happening on publisher platforms themselves. I think that also could be a step in the right direction, but all of it requires a higher threshold of tech. And I think if that happens, it might be a good thing to happen as well.
So I think Anurag spoke about a lot of trends, and that's why a lot of people are referring to it. And so one of the key trends that he spoke about whole aspect of the journey of being called partner. So so I think that's touched a chord with a lot of my friends from the affiliate network side. So going on to that, I think that's where I will bring Nadeesh onto the panel. Nadeesh, your view in terms of the journey that we have taken or going forward we should be taking for playing that role as well as being given that role of a partner rather than an agency or your views on the same.
I think what I've, over the last 8-10 minutes, what I've personally absorbed in the conversation here is the use of the word partner a lot.
Yeah,
right?
they have used
and
extensively, yeah.
The unfortunate reality of life is that that doesn't really translate into a business reality, right?
Okay.
So the business reality of the environment today is most affiliate partners are still affiliate vendors, right?
Okay.
They are an arm's length away. They are a transactional conversation on a number, right? And beyond that number, there is not enough information that is passed on as partners should to generate and cross the barrier of opaqueness, right? So there's opaqueness on both sides. Absolutely, there is advertiser concern and brand concern on what is happening on the other side of the ecosystem, right? So if you're running a blind campaign, I have no idea what you're doing. But equally for the partner, right? The partner has no clue on what's happening post you've given a transaction. Right. What's the lifetime value? How are cohorts evolving? How do I enable you to do better by optimizing my own activities if I know more about what's happening in your ecosystem? Right? I think that's where a partner relationship really comes in, where again, going back to Anurag's point, and a lot of that touched a chord with me because those are things that I have personally been thinking about a lot, is how do you enable conversations that are not today, tomorrow, next month, but 6 months, a year down the line. And that requires commitment from both sides, right? And it requires both sides to take a few steps ahead. That's why, at least from a conversation standpoint, it's great to see the use of the word partner. Because that's the first step, right? Obviously, there are challenges and that need to be overcome on the affiliate ecosystem front. But if I look at, enablers of outcome, which is what we are enablers of outcome, right? So there is some outcome that you're chasing, and therefore we are going to enable that outcome for you. One of the challenges that we've seen is that the outcome itself is a moving target, right? And there is no there is at times a lack of understanding of outcome itself within the brand partners, because with all due respect, we've seen that a lot of brands and marketers who are fairly evolved don't put the right people to manage the affiliate relationships, right? And their understanding itself of what an outcome is somewhat flawed, right? And the outcome a lot of times, especially in the mobile ecosystem, which I'm a part of, at least for the last 12, 18 months, started with an install. Install is never an outcome, right? An outcome is what a consumer does after they've installed that device, which is where we're moving to now. But for the last, I would say 12, 18 months, that had become the outcome, right? And therefore then a lot of challenges started coming in, which are now being seen in the ecosystem today.
Okay. So in fact, when we look at this ecosystem, considering it's slightly technology oriented anyways, we see there are a lot of technologies already available, an extensive amount of, while there are some gaps in the last mile and mobile space which exist, which will get addressed with various, the multi-touch attribution and some of the other parameters are very much possible. And the extensive amount of data that's get generated on both the side, the sharing piece is something that is not happening. And that's where I would like to bring you back into the discussion in terms of you people, both sides have extensive amount of data. Why opaqueness?
So yeah, I think it's fairly mutual, like Nadeesh was
Absolutely.
referring to it, right? But I've had instances where, for example, as an advertiser, right, I've been open to sharing, here are the kind of users that are working for me, here are the kinds of users that are not working for me. So help me understand whether it's a regional publisher that I should go, that I should advertise on, or is there a certain type of content that where I should advertise on, or a certain type of communication that is working with the users. But given the plethora of information just an affiliate network has access to with all the consumer data, I actually don't get the responses in a way that we could make meaningful use of that information to drive better campaigns and better quality installs. So I think that's where we are, and I'd love to sort of, if I were to think of an affiliate network, I would possibly try going forward. I think we must all try and bridge this gap, because as an advertiser, I'd love to know my consumer more in terms of, what is he visiting, where is he going, where are the clicks coming from, or where are the installs coming from, or, what is really driving quality, right? If he's going on a certain, let's say, publisher site, maybe, that site is driving better quality because it's more contextual, sort of to my content or to my application, but another site isn't. So I think a lot of data sharing is possible, and I don't think as an industry, we've made use of that data on both sides, to drive meaningful campaign results or outcomes.
Rajat, continuing with this discussion, and I could see that you also have a point of view already to add to it. See, I think, yeah, so while you tell me that, it's also tell me what are the things they can do it right, from a business aspect. And it's very important for the various people that are listening to you.
So I'm going to say this is going to hurt a lot of your feelings. Most of the people are passing time, right? You're not proud of your jobs. You're not, you don't love your jobs. You're just there for earning a salary. And that's where the biggest problem is. So I have had partners where I've basically given them Google Analytics access. Okay? Here it is, Google Analytics access, see what your traffic is doing, is tagged with your campaign parameters. But, I understand that you have 10 different campaigns to manage from 10 different partners. But this is all I do, right? This is my business. I work 18 hours a day on that business. So of course I'm going to be very passionate about it. So problem is, on the other side, the person is not that passionate, doesn't have that time to invest as you are. The results are not going to be there. And that's where it all boils down to. So it's not about openness, right? So we are going to be open, because ultimately I want traffic that is going to convert and that has some affiliation to what I am selling or what I am doing on site. So I'm going to be open to help you basically drive me better traffic. But then you have to do the rest of the job. Unfortunately, I completely understand you have 15 campaigns, 10 campaigns to manage. You don't have that much time. But see.
Okay. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Cool.
And that's where Google is very good, because they're giving you all the data to self-manage.
And the trust on Google algorithms is much higher than the trust that you have on. Yeah, you wanted to add something.
I think it's less about the algorithm; it's more about the transparency, right?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think it actually is a very good opportunity. I think people are desperate for good scalable channels. They are desperate for some affiliate to come and have a very intelligent conversation, which talks almost like a founder talking to another founder saying, look, I understand this is a problem. I'm willing to, and you can't do it for all your clients at the same time with all different quality of talent across your organization. You have numbers to meet and so on. But I think it's an interesting opportunity. Either somebody who has a different take on how affiliate should work, or somebody who's technically savvier, or who says, look, I will not work with you unless there is a clear partnership role and there is some form of exclusivity, and you accept that I'll be costlier to you than some of the other channels. It's that level of confidence that you might need, but I am desperate for a guy to come and have a conversation like that, and I'm happy to spend like X lakh or X crore rupees with them. I think it's just a matter that probably the whole set is painted with the same brush, where if you say you're an affiliate, the first thing is, hey, the quality of traffic or transactions will be bad. I think it's a great opportunity because we are struggling. Most people I talk to, when you talk to them, how do you acquire users? They are struggling. So it's one of those things where, water everywhere, not a drop to drink kind of situation.
So
I think
don't mind.
that's where I want to get their perspective. And Saurabh, yeah, I think you have taken some punches you like to defend and just save your job. So go ahead, yeah.
No, I think I'll speak for all our email affiliate partners for sure first, because that is one area where I'm sure every email affiliate today, when they generate leads, they talk to the advertiser, and they are able to map exactly. So like being a network, okay, I generate 1,000 leads. So when the advertiser gives me feedback that, this is the quality of traffic that you gave me, I am exactly able to map back as to which of my affiliate worked, which of my affiliate did not work, and pass that relevant feedback with data. Now what happens is, because every affiliate is tackling with email, spam problems and everything, they know that in that limited inventory they send every day, they have to perform. So even affiliate emailers are getting smarter by choosing the right data on executing businesses. And I think that's where, to some level, for the offline businesses, we've been able to give advertisers a transparency on our partners, maybe on the code level. To some partners who sign an NDA contract, we are able to give them names also. And then, they are able to tell us that scale with them more, scale with them less. And as you rightfully said, on the part of a partner going to an advertiser and saying that, I will scale up your business from X amount of leads to 2X amount of leads in 3 months. And here is the plan. And I think to some BFSI sector, automobile sector, healthcare, real estate, this happens. But I think on the app side of the business and on the web side of the business, since the last mile tracking is a problem, the issues that are highlighted are still there. And that's where the opaqueness comes.
Okay, I think, but there is more to it, Abhijit, isn't it? In terms of, yes, there are challenges, and that will be in every growing sector, right? We are having the affiliate summit only for the second time, and the industry is very much nascent. In terms of the overall opportunity, in terms of while these challenges, and also bring in the perspective of the people who are not adequately represented here, which is the true affiliate, the guy who's generating that at first go. So please, can you bring that perspective and also some of the queries that have been raised by your prospective partners and clients?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll try to cover them all one by one. So it's very encouraging to see you guys, wanting to enter into a partnership, kind of an agreement, to have an environment of trust, which has been lacking sadly in this space since it all started. But this trust has to sort of happen from both sides. While I'm encouraged by your attitude here, unfortunately we don't see this everywhere in the market. There are advertisers who we work with, who we all have experience working with, who have not been very transparent with us either. Unfortunately, I mean, to give you a small example, when you're running a cost per lead campaign, where the ultimate end objective is to, of course, convert that lead into a sale. So while we track leads and it shows on everybody's report, we don't know whether it's a good lead or a bad lead. Yes, somebody has filled in a form, but is that genuine a customer? Is that just somebody just doing it for the heck of it? We don't know that. And we need feedback on that. And the feedback has to come from the advertiser. And unless we get that feedback, there is no way for us to optimize. Now, in many cases, we find a very, and I'm sorry to use the word, shabby attitude and approach from the advertiser side in providing us with this very basic help to enable us to do our work better. Mm-hmm. And I think that is just one example where, I mean, I don't want this to become a crib session, but that's just one example where I think the transparency or the system of trust can happen. Secondly, what happens nowadays is advertisers tend to spread themselves too thin when it comes to working with networks. If you look at the Western world, the more evolved arena for affiliate marketing, you'll typically find large advertisers working with 1 or 2 different affiliate networks. And in the best case, each affiliate network will have its own core competency, its own set of inventory which they specialize in. The other one will have a slightly different area of specialization. That does not happen here. Here, the number of networks have grown exponentially every year. Advertisers tend to work with every network there is. Now, the publisher pool is limited. There is a certain publisher base. Yes, that is also growing. It's obviously not stagnated. But that publisher pool is the same publisher pool.
Yeah.
Whether you have 2 networks or whether you have 10 networks, it's the same end publisher who has to work for you. So better to choose a partner who will work for you on your behalf and ensure that the best publishers work in the best possible way for you. Because if you do this with so many different partners, you lose control. So from your objective also, if you want to work with, it's probably easier for you, more manageable for you to work with a limited set of trusted partners. Yes, please go ahead and do your due diligence on that. Choose the best partner. We'll fight. Saurabh and I will compete against each other. But that's the right way of doing it, I think.
Actually, just to be honest on that front, right? I think it's a chicken and the egg problem, and we're sort of going back to the same discussion that we've been having so far, which is to say that you're saying we are fragmenting ourselves too thin, but that's because we are not finding sustainable scale anywhere. It goes back to the issue of transparency mutually, right? And I'm not saying that one side is more transparent than the other, and I think collectively we need to solve this problem going forward.
Try it once.
Saying.
I think sort of just hold on a second. I think the idea is to cover a larger topic. So I think I like it the way it is happening because of the fact, while it can be a chicken and egg situation, I think the resolution to every problem starts with the fact that we know what the problem is. I think that is a very important point. Data exists, technology exists, problems we know of. So if that realization is something that we are able to do that, I think it's a very significant move we will make it in, and that's how I would like to see it from an independent perspective. Moving ahead, and I think that's very, very important, and that's where I would like to bring Nadeesh. Nadeesh, I am an affiliate. I want to start an affiliate program for an application, okay? And I want to see it as a consumer journey. So, in the morning, Anurag talked about a funnel. In TSMG, we looked at a customer journey. We said, let's not see only the purchase or the immediate when the sales happen. There are many more cycles where affiliate can play a role in, right? Your view, if really I have to go about the same as an app developer with some significant objective, how should I go about the same?
As an affiliate or as an app developer?
As an app developer, I want to use it, or as an industry, I want to use what are the do's and don'ts, if I may ask from you? How to go about the good, strong affiliate program?
I think the starting point, like I mentioned earlier, is you need to be clear about what is the end goal. What is the outcome that you're chasing? And that outcome cannot change every week. That outcome cannot change every 3 weeks, every second month, right? There has to be a consistent strategic approach to what you want to achieve, right? Once that's defined, then there is, at the beginning of any activity, there is a little bit of experiment that you have to do. You have to figure out, you have to throw, unfortunately, for lack of a better word, money at a few places and see what sticks, right? And that is the reality of the digital ecosystem, right? Till you actually jump into the water and play around a little bit, you will not know what is working for you, right? Spend a little time, go small initially, figure out what's working for you and look at data, right? Data has to talk to you. Conversations and relationships should not drive that, right? And that's a problem that, the three of us have also driven. What we did is, for a few years, we've thrown an army of salespeople at the problem rather than, an army of data scientists or analysts to the problem, right? As long as you keep throwing an army of salespeople to the problem, you'll keep coming back with transactional number that, okay, I will give you 200 rupees for cost per sale. Okay, I'll come back and I'll start delivering that, right? But I have no idea what the hell you're doing. Right. So when you go back to that app developer, start with the objective, do your experimentation, then narrow down. The whole point of experimentation is not to continue experimentation for the rest of the year. The point of experimentation is to say that, okay, these 3 channels out of the 10 I tried are working well for me. How do I scale on these 3 channels? How do I partner with these guys? How do I go deeper? How do I jointly figure out that my data is speaking to their data? Right, and vice versa.
Okay.
That's the whole point of a partnership.
Okay. On considering, and we are running out of time, so on concluding remarks, if I just have to ask interesting thing, let's do that. What is one thing that you like and what is one thing you like to change? And we will start in order of Anurag. One thing you like about affiliate marketing or what is happening, why future is bright, and one thing you like to change, and I want everybody to answer it one line in both the aspects. And that is how we'll conclude and take questions from the audience.
So yeah, I think the future is bright because the online movement is just going to continue and affiliates will be a big part of scaling apps and so on. The opportunity is what I spoke about earlier, that a good, solid, data-driven, technology-driven, transparent affiliate, even if we have 3 or 4 of them, I think they will end up creating a huge, they'll end up creating a huge firm for themselves.
You want anything to change?
That would be the change, right? So you create an organization like that.
I'm sure Rajat has. Okay, please go ahead, Rajat.
No, it's fairly limited. I think as more and more people are coming online, I expect and hope that strong communities are created around various topics, whether it's health or yoga and fitness or what have you. And I feel a lot of the affiliates or publishers in this room should focus on creating those properties, and networks should figure out a way to have their own USPs. Right now, A is not different from B is not different from C. So everything clubbed together, it's just a mess. So create properties that have affinities, strong user affinities, like for example PopXO or ScoopFoop. I'm never going to advertise with ScoopFoop, but it's a community which is people are passionate about listening to jokes and all that. May work for some advertising. So that's my main point.
Yeah.
So I think what I like about working with our affiliate partners is that they give us, a lot more distribution access for our consumers. And I think it just opens up so many apertures for us to target the consumer without really bombarding the consumer on the same search and same social media channel, right? So that is what I really like about the affiliate program. I think what I'd love to do going forward in terms of an opportunity is we do work with a few affiliates very, very deeply. When I work with affiliates, I'm not working with 50 affiliates today, right? But I do want to strengthen those relationships on the back of data, on the back of transparency, on the back of identifying what are the right ad formats for us, what are the right publishers for us, what are the right sort of channels for us.
Okay.
And that's what I'd love to see going forward.
So what I like about the affiliate industry, and I've been in this industry for a while. So just extending what Neha just said, for you, the affiliate industry, the affiliate channel is an extension of distribution. So taking it on from there, it's something. What I like is that the fact that it enables people, just regular people, to earn some money, to monetize their inventory, or just become a professional marketer. It just allows anyone to become a professional. So that's what I like. It's truly something for everyone, for people, no matter who you are. What sort of disturbs me is the fact that off late especially, there's been a proliferation of fly-by-night players in this space, and at all ends of the spectrum, from end to end. And I'm not just talking about 1 or 2 people. So you've seen fly-by-night advertisers, there are fly-by-night affiliates, and there are fly-by-night networks, and that's not good for any ecosystem. So there needs to be some solidity here, I think.
Please, Nadeesh.
I think for me, first point would be that it's great to see the kind of conversation that's happening here, right? Starting from the morning with Parul and Anurag and the panel here, it's just very, very positive to see the kind of conversations that are happening around this ecosystem. That's one. I think one thing as an industry that we probably need to change is what I mentioned, right? Stop throwing salespeople at the problem and bring a lot more data and have a consultative approach rather than a transactional approach. Hopefully it works both ways, but I think we'll try and start that.
Saurabh.
I think the one thing that I like is there are more advertisers coming on the business.
Okay.
And there are more partners, so there's a lot of money coming into the business. It's growing, so kudos to that. I think one thing that I think should change and is already happening is some advertisers are open to work in alliance way with partners in the real sense of the word. I think if we create more case studies and spread the word around, I think this point of transparency from advertiser on data feedback will move out, and optimization and experience of all the advertisers will automatically improve. So that's my final take.
Excellent. On that note, I think I'd like to conclude with the fact that, you know, when we looked at a sector from an independent view, we are not a stakeholder from a value chain aspect. It is the fastest growing sector among whatever various spaces that is emerging. In fact, some of the campaigns, when we looked at it in terms of they are about 25-35% more cost effective than some of the conventional mediums. And some of the challenges of transparency which we are debating about it today exist in all the other segments that we're talking about, all the other advertising mediums that we're talking about. So from that note, I think it's a pretty positive way forward, and we should see a lot of growth in the sector. On that note, I'm ready to take questions from people, and we open it for the public to ask questions. Please go ahead. Any questions?
Hello. Yeah, it was a wonderful session. Actually, there was a point in this discussion that how to identify the right affiliates and incentivize them. So, can you just summarize everything in some points for a publisher's point of view, that how we can what key points we should see when we are deciding for incentivizing the affiliates and all?
Nadeesh, what is the right affiliate program mix?
I mean, I would talk from a mobile platform. I'm sure Abhijit or Saurabh can talk more from the web side. But look, at the end of the day, it just boils down to where in the funnel you see that publisher lying, and where you see that affiliate lying, and what is the kind of data and audience that publisher is bringing to the table. What's the outcome that they're driving, right? And how well are they driving that? And then based on that, you incentivize publishers. At the end of the day, it boils down to fundamentally, where does a publisher lie according to you in the funnel, and how are they delivering? The better they deliver, the more you need to incentivize them. As simple as that.
Abhijit?
Yeah, pretty much the same, and we're probably getting very close to the concept of multi-touch attribution over here. So if you look at the sales funnel, for any sale which happens, I mean, typically in the affiliate world, you get paid for on the last click. But, you know, it's not always the case that it's just that one click which has enabled the sale. There may be other publishers, other sites, other people involved in driving that sale. You saw a banner today, you saw something else tomorrow, you saw a mailer in a couple of days, and finally you clicked on something and did the sale. But everybody's contributed. So that's what needs to be zeroed down, and that's where the future lies, I think. I think we need to become a little more discerning in this respect, look at data closely, and that way I think affiliates will get their due justice. I mean, you get paid for the level of quality or the level of the involvement that you've actually driven.
Next one, please.
Yeah, this is a question to Ankur. Hi.
Can you tell your name?
Yeah, my name is Jay, and so this is basically an off-topic question, but with the anti-chat philosophy which you are having at HelpChat, and recently you have raised an capital of 100 CR in this May. So can you just put on some light of on what anti-chat philosophy you are using there?
So it's slightly off-topic,
Yes,
not very relevant. We can take it offline if you want.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Anything specific to affiliate marketing? Okay. Thank you everyone for your time. It was a pleasure. Thanks a lot. And that we are done with the session. Thank you. Thank you, Amia. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause to thank our panel members? A wonderful session indeed.